guys. Just want to wish you happy holidays from Justin Peters.
Thank you, Justin, and happy holidays to you and yours. Blue Jackets and Canes set for action tonight. Tonight's starting goaltenders brought to you by Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. We catalog number 35 in the Open. Justin Peters to go, and the veteran, American Hockey League veteran, Mike McKenna, will make his third start this season for the Columbus Blue Jackets. 2 points separate these two teams in the Metropolitan Division standings. First of 5 meetings. Eric Stahl, Jeff Skinner, Tuomo Ruutu started for Carolina. Sit back and enjoy this one. Andrej Sekera, who has the puck on defense with Justin Falk, who comes all the way back in the Carolina zone. At the point, it goes by young Ryan Murray all the way back in the Columbus zone. Jeff Skinner goes to work for Carolina. He'll grind it along the boards, turn it ahead, get room, drag it again, and turn himself right into the ice as it's cleared out by Ryan Murray.
I mean, he has that incredible heel skating ability to make something out of nothing, but Jeff's at his best when he fires puck at the net. Luckily, that was Anisimov, not a real physical player, because Jeff temporarily exposed himself just a bit.
And we haven't seen a lot of that in his game of late. Ron Hainsey away from Nick Foligno. Columbus coming off a win Saturday night at home against Philadelphia. R.J. Umberger with a shot. Turned out by Peters. A big rebound. Right out in front. Johansson sends it high. Young Ryan Johansson, who we talked about in the Open. He's been red hot. He has 29 points. That leads Columbus. Umberger goes deep. Nick Foligno off the pad of Justin Peters. Manned by Ron Hainsey. And the Hurricanes get it back out to center ice and all the way deep. Icing is called here. Let's take a look at tonight's Storm Tracker.
Well, it starts with the Hurricanes up front have far more star power than the Blue Jackets do, especially the injuries to Gaborik and Horton. So the shining stars, Bolt Stalls, Alex Semin, Jeff Skinner, can they lead the way? The magic number 3, especially with Justin Peters' play the last month and a half. If you get 2 goals, you're getting a point. If you score 3, you're winning. That's why it's the magic number 3, and I'll talk about the slash in a minute.
Injuries and scratches at the top of your screen thanks to Rex Express Care. Rex Healthcare is chosen for excellence. From the center zone and deep, Corey Tropp, the former Buffalo Sabre. In late November, they acquired him off the waiver wire. Carolina on the transition from the outside. Riley Nash blocked on the way through. Fended off by David Savard. And Boone Jenner, a young power forward, tries to move it by Ryan Murphy. Columbus is one of the youngest teams in the National Hockey League as they center one out in front. And it's manned here by Derek McKenzie with a point for Savard. Nikita Nikitin will float it off the end wall. Peters leaves it there for Nash. He's hit hard by Boone Jenner. Jack Skilly grinding along the boards, wins the battle, turns it through the blue, and it's played here by Patrick Dwyer and back out to neutral ice.
Boone Jenner may be a young player, but he plays like a man out of Oshawa in the OHL.
McKenzie for Blake Como with a button hook. He'll send it this way for James Wisniewski. The puck is on edge. Good save by Peters. Loose along the boards, Drayson Bowman. Ahead now and out to center ice. A steal by the hustling Jack Skilly, and Columbus starts again.
You see Wisniewski, the offensive puck mover, how he just delayed as he was already in a motion to shoot the puck at the net via the slap shot, and he waited for the Hurricanes player to get out of the shooting lane.
Justin Falk now turning back in his own zone for Tim Gleason. Through the center right area, chipped along that time by Radek Dvorak. A good look at Ryan Murray. Cam Atkinson out of Boston College. Away for Artem Anisimov, who attempts to get it deep. Grayson Bowman hunting it down for Carolina. Moved by Falk, top of your screen. We have a good pace here early. Battle along the boards now. At the point, Atkinson to an open wing. Carolina's Andrej Sekera gets to it and back out to center ice. Eric Stahl from the blue line, wide of Mike McKenna, and Cam Atkinson is back on it.
Well, Columbus coach Todd Richards said this morning that he thought the first period was going to be the key.
Skinner a steal, a shot just wide of Mike McKenna. Now Brent Belmore cradling. His wrist blocked in front. As Anisimov got in the way and Columbus gets it out.
Well, that's 2 chances for Skinner on his first couple of shifts. That's the good news. The bad news is there hasn't been a shot on goal for Carolina thus far, so you want to make sure you at least get a shot out of it.
3 shots on goal for the Blue Jackets so far. It comes all the way back in. Icing is called here against Columbus.
John, I want to show people what I mean when I say slash for speed, okay? This is the first goal of the game. Talusti comes over. All right, he should be way over. Well, no, you don't want him to be, but he's a left winger in this situation. Look at all that puck support. So you have all three guys from the Carolina blue line all the way up to the point where you have the net drive from Nash and Dwyer with a high shot from Toulouse, all in the same lane. That starts with slashing, coming across to outnumber and create speed. That's why it's a key. It helps you move your feet and come up together.
Face-off won by the Blue Jackets, Ryan Johansson. Fedor Tyutin out to center ice. Ryan Murphy, who did not play on Saturday night, D-to-D for Tim Gleason. He took a bump from Johansson. He got it deep. Play comes to a halt. With a Canes win tonight, all Caniacs win. Get 50% off your entire menu price online order at participating Papa John's the day after a Canes win. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Okay, so you have Eric Stahl, the veteran centerman, against a guy that I think is going to be a star in Johansson here.
Johansson off the draw now. Hard J out to center ice. JJ, Jack Johnson for Nick Foligno.
So hard J for RJ?
Yes. Keep that in mind. Now, Alex Semin away for Eric Stahl. Lead pass for Nathan Gerbe. Here he comes. He'll move it with diligence by Johnson. Take a heavy hit from Foligno. Tim Gleason tees it up wide of McKenna. Played at the top of your screen by Carolina's Ryan Murphy. Tim Gleason, here it comes. Kicked out with a purpose by McKenna. Moving up is Murphy. And the puck is manned by Fedor Tyutin.
Boy, I love seeing that from Murphy. He's been a healthy scratch the last couple of games. Makes good D-to-D pass to create the chance for Gleason. And then a wise pinch to keep the puck in. That shows that there's some depth to his confidence.
36 points in the standings for Carolina, 34 for Columbus. And Columbus is 5-4-1 in their last 10.
I just love to see this. This shows, watch right up here, everybody. And watch Murphy work the puck. D-to-D. After he draws the guy coming to him. And as you continue, now watch, again, assertive pinch. He has a high forward in Gerbe. So those are two really good and executed decisions.
For the Hurricanes in their last 5, 1 regulation win. 3 points gained due to overtime or shootout loss. Carolina 7-7-4 here at home. As we see the 20-year-old Ryan Murphy back in the lineup tonight. Mark Letestu losing that draw to Carolina's Riley Nash. Sekera, spring pass intended for Patrick Dwyer. Throwing on the brakes, his shot off of Nikitin goes wide. In control, Toulouse, now Nash. Checked a bit by David Savard. Boone Jenner comes across. Looking for Corey Trop, and now it's played by Sekera on and off his stick. Comes all the way back, as we see, to the Carolina blue line.
He's from my hometown, Trop.
Gross
Similar
point.
name, too.
Yes.
Trop and Trip.
Don't get me started on that now. Nikitin underneath it and out. Here come the Blue Jackets out to center ice. Boone Jenner will go off on a line change and get it deep.
What a bright future he has, Boone Jenner.
Puck is carried along briefly that time by Ryan Murray, and now Ryan Murphy out to center ice. Murphy in control. They stay onside. Bowman with a shot. Stopped by McKenna. Getting to it is James Wisniewski for Murray. Blake Como for the Jackets. Tied up by Ryan Murphy. Now Murray moves it for Wisniewski. Jack Skilly away from Tim Gleason on the bench, and Carolina gets to a loose puck in the center zone.
Boy, I mean, no rust for Murphy. After making those two good decisions in the offensive blue line there, the speed and moves up the middle and finding the open man.
Now Blake Como to the outside, taking a hit from Ron Hainsey. They jam, and Isamov has it. He'll turn it back to the point. Fedor Tyutin, his shot, pinballs astray. Loose this way for Jeff Skinner, who stops on a dime, and out he goes. To center ice, Eric Stahl broken up by Jack Johnson. Cam Atkinson along the wall, met by Hainsey. Carolina reorganizes.
Skinner's two line mates there, I thought they cheated too much up the ice, because even if you come up with the puck, you're not coming with any speed. So to me, that's where if you can come underneath, you're much more dangerous.
Carolina on the regroup. They'll get it deep. Tyutin looks around. Fedor Tyutin, the veteran, drops it off. They start again in the person of Jack Johnson, originally drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes, onto the corner. Long now for Ryan Johansson, met by Alex Semin. Brandon Dubinsky had it, lost it now. Carolina starts again. This is Justin Falk for Andrei Sekera, who hinges off a stick. Played all the way back now by Alexander Semin. He's forechecked by Johansson. Foligno bearing in on Falk. He turned it over. Loose out in front. It's batted up towards the point. Played by Nikitin twice. Stick lifted deflected by Semin, and away they go. Alex Semin cuts over the line. Umberger's on him. Andre Sekera lays it offside. Carolina tagging up. Play will continue as they change. Umberger to an open wing. Sekera for Carolina. They start anew.
You have to make sure you watch Umberger tonight. He has a hat trick in his career against Carolina. Had 2 goals in the win over the Flyers Saturday in Columbus.
Columbus now from their own territory. Mark Letestu, the former Pittsburgh Penguin, will cradle it off the boards by Hainsey. Good look at Jenner and Belmore as they come together. Boone Jenner out of the corner, grinding for Columbus. Letestu off of Hainsey, stung by it. Getting to it now is Belmore away for Yuri Talusti, back out to center ice. Dwyer in a foot race with Ryan Murray. Murray for Boone Jenner. Now from the center zone. Poked along by Tim Gleason, and the Jackets are on it.
You're going to love Murray. I know you enjoy him, John. And he plays a little bit like Scott Niedermayer. I know that's a lofty comparison, but he's a Westerner like Scott Niedermayer was, and he can skate, has an underrated shot.
Now Tim Gleason makes sure that he gains center ice. No icing here. McKenna in the trapezoid in the corner now. To the wing for Blake Como. Stretch pass. Jack Skilly's on it. Here he comes. His shot. Shut down by Peters. Skilly the rebound. Centers one. Mopped up by Tim Gleason. Away now and wheeled off the boards by Manny Malhotra. Jack Johnson looks it over for Columbus. Chipped along by Jack Skilly.
Skilly plays such a north-south game. That was a good save because he had top speed. He just scored on a similar play Thursday night in Philly. And before Columbus really collapsed in their third period on that night.
Skilly has played well in his career against Carolina, mostly with Florida. Good save by McKenna. Surprising shot taken by Eric Stahl. Stahl met by Feder Tootin. Derek McKenzie now along the glass by Sekera. Back out to center ice.
Boy, I just love that decision. Get the puck to the net, try to win a net front battle, and it nearly worked.
We're moving along here. The boys want to get to Christmas now. Peters plays it in the trapezoid. Sekera through the center zone off a stick. Nikita Nikitin lays it off a body off Dubinsky. It goes deep. Atkinson centers when they score. Bang, bang. Artem Anisimov. Set up beautifully by Cam Atkinson. 1-0 Columbus.
Talk about getting to the front of the net. You're not going to see a better example here. And I mentioned a few minutes ago that Todd Richards, Columbus's coach, said that the first period he thought was going to be the key to this game, and Columbus has been sharp. Just a one touch in the neutral zone. I mean, just look at this work on the part of the 2 forwards team up on the goal. One guy beats Justin Falk to get to this puck first. The 6 cents to get it to the front of the net. The second guy beats Andre Sekera to be able to score the goal high over Peters. Artem Anisimov, of course, part of the Gaborik trade late last year between New York and the Blue Jackets.
Saw in the graphic 10 goals for Artem Anisimov, and they are on a pace to have 5 20-goal scorers this season. Playing without Marian Gaborik for most of the year and now longer for 2 months. He broke his collarbone on Saturday night. And newly acquired Nathan Horton, who has yet to play a regular season game for Columbus, but he'll be back soon. Along the boards now, Belmore moving it back. 9:45, the time of that goal. Hainsey turns it over. Foligno pestered a bit. He stays with it. Carolina now in control. Cam Atkinson and Nikita Nikitin get the assist on the goal by Artem Anisimov. 9:35 left to go in period 1. We have a penalty. We'll tell you about it when we come back. And we also have the Phantom Cam tonight. You're going to love this. A holiday present for you on Fox Sports Carolinas. Nick Foligno is in the box for tripping Carolina, power play number 1.
This is potentially a gift because this is not like Foligno to, after you have the momentum of scoring an early goal, trip Semin like he did.
If the Canes put the biscuit in the basket during the Duke Energy power play, Caniacs who say the winning phrase receive a free Bowberry biscuit from participating Bojangles. That's tomorrow morning. Bojangles, it's bow time. Carolina, number 27 with their power play. Number 29 at home. Columbus, 15th on the kill, tied for 21st on the road.
I mean, even if you don't score, this is a power play that needs to generate momentum because Columbus circled this game and thought the start was going to be most important, and they've had a skating edge, and this is where you have to reverse it.
They really should have beaten Philadelphia, they felt, Thursday night of last week. Philadelphia scored 4 times in that third period to come all the way back and win. Then they beat Philly Saturday. McKenna's sharp save. as they cross the line, and Sekera let it go now. Justin Falk holding onto it. Andre Sekera manning the other point. Skinner. Sekera again. This way for Falk. A one-timer. Denied by McKenna. And right in the screen.
Well, so a good response for Sekera on the entry. And I say that because McKenna is not a proven goaltender really at this level like he is in the American League. So even if it's on the power play, don't worry about shooting the puck. And then his partner, Justin Falk, eventually gets a one-timer. And so I'm looking to see the response from particularly Sekera and Falk, because I thought they had a rare off night against Tampa, and they were on for the goal that was just scored. They have to have short memories and continue to play the way they have most of the year.
Eric Stahl losing that face-off to Brandon Dubinsky, and it comes all the way back as we see in the Carolina zone. So the Canes getting their first power play here with Justin Falk and Sekera on the points. Eric Stahl, Tuomo Ruutu, and Jeff Skinner up front. Through the center zone, laid off by Skinner for Falk. He'll go hard around with it. Tuomo Ruutu back to the point. Andre Sekera. Now Falk thinks about it. On the wall, it's Skinner. Pass off of Dubinsky. Now Sekera again for Jeff Skinner. He'll walk it. Seam pass. Ruutu to an open side. Dubinsky is there. Out she goes.
He'd like to come away with a shot of it. That was a high-risk play through the seam, but it was a good entry prior.
Skinner turning Semin off of McKenna, who got a piece of it. Now Skinner again, met by Jack Johnson. The Blue Jackets get to it as it's dumped out by James Wisniewski.
It didn't score, but again, another good entry, and that is Semin playing the game at a fast pace and getting to the front of the net and simplifying by shooting puck.
Ryan Murphy races in the zone, throws on the brakes ahead of Johnson. Unattainable pass for Jordan Stahl. He's back to get it ahead of Mark Letestu. Jordan now will wind it all the way back in his own zone. 10 seconds. That's all the Hurricanes have left on this power play. Jordan's in. Getting a little help from Riley Nash. Jordan along the boards now, tied up by Jack Johnson. Semin, a give back for Murphy to an open corner on a tip. Nash shoved off the puck by Tutin. Moves in back of the goal. Jack Johnson had it, lost it. Ryan Johansson in control. And away goes Columbus out to neutral ice. Johansson now will pitch it deep as the Blue Jackets have killed it off. This way, out of the box, Nick Foligno. Inside for R.J. Umberger. The Pittsburgh native given a shove by Alex Semin. Semin in control. He'll move it out on his own accord out center ice. Alex Semin goes to work over the line. His shot blocked, stinging. Nikita Nikitin, who stays in there, moves it by Drayson Bowman. And Columbus now in control in the person of David Savard.
The velocity that Semin played that power play with, and then afterwards at even strength, had a shot blocked at the end. If he can continue that, he's going to start scoring.
Hurricanes had 2 shots with that power play. David Savard moving back. They'll get it out to center ice. They start the breakout. Corey Trop over the line, hits a man. Letestu, a good stick. Heading all the way back, Manny Malhotra out of the corner. Riding along is Mark Letestu for Corey Trop. To the corner he goes, flushed out by Ron Hainsey. They stay with it. Malhotra in control. Off the boards. Met by Letestu and Trop. Carolina, tough time getting it out. It rolls in on Justin Peters.
How about the speed quickness of Columbus? If the Hurricanes don't have good back pressure, forwards coming back with a purpose to their own end, they are not going to win this game. I'm impressed. It's north-south, and there is real speed, even with the guys that are out of the lineup for Columbus.
You have to be ready to move, and you have to have your work boots to play this team. They are very efficient when it comes to that. Talusti now inside. Here's a chance. Good stick by Murray on Riley Nash. A deflected pass out to center ice. Yuri Talusti is on it. Ryan Murray with a very good play for Columbus. Blocker down by Mike McKenna. Murray gets to it. Moving it for Wisniewski. Atkinson now tries to golf it out. A pinch down by Sekera. Out of the corner, and Nisimov in his own zone. He has the game's only goal, and he floats it out to neutral ice. Riley Nash now for Carolina. With 5:20 left to go in period 1. John Tripp and Chantel with you as always here on Fox Sports Carolinas. Holiday break after this one. Pittsburgh's here Friday. Blake Como comes calling. Como centers one. Cleaned up out in front by Ryan Murphy. And it comes all the way back.
You can see it again there. Columbus wants you to try stretch passes, and they just feast with numbers.
A chance for Ruutu wide, and McKenna had the angle. Skinner takes a hit from Derek McKenzie. Ryan Murphy lets it fly, and McKenna hangs on. 4:50 left to go in period one. From the Phantom Cam, Mike McKenna, the veteran goaltender, getting it done.
Columbus has the 1-0 lead, but on Saturday night, Justin Peters played out of his mind. He had 47 saves for the second most in his NHL career, and he summed up his play for tonight's Geico quote. He said, "They were throwing a lot of rubber on the net. We battled hard, and unfortunately, we weren't able to get the 2 points, but it's no wonder John Cooper, head coach for Tampa Bay Lightning, said that Justin Peters was the best player on the ice that night." John Tripp?
Well, Chantel, this is one of those swing games where if Carolina wins in a divisional game, you say that was a good point.
Outnumbered, here they come. Umberger out in front, out of the reach of Johansson, who was all alone. Good thing that pass was off the mark. Ryan Johansson along the boards now. Foligno tied up by Skinner, and away they go out center ice. Over the line and in is Tuomo Ruutu. Throwing on the brakes ahead of Jack Johnson. Moving here is Andrei Sekera. Looking for a lane. He sets up Ruutu. His shot is blocked by R.J. Umberger, and out they come. Nick Foligno will cushion it all the way back.
Tough decision at the offensive blue line. Sekera and Falk, and I haven't said this on many nights, they need to simplify, do less better, because Tampa, and so far here in the first period, their synergy is not what it typically is.
Columbus another steal. Nikitin and Keaton moved along by Corey Trop. A good look at Justin Falk. A little chip by Semin, gained by Nikitin. Alex Semin's pass denied. He got it back. He sidesteps a big hit. Corey Trop aimed hard at him. Now Jordan Staal for Nathan Gerbe off the body. Off Trop and out to center. Columbus in control. Nikita Keaton off the stick of his teammate that time, and now heading off with a change, Boone Jenner.
The puck carrier, I think, has been Carolina's best player in this period.
Murphy from well out, denied easily by Mike McKenna. Yuri Tosti left to the corner. Anisimov taking care of Nash. Wisniewski's there too. Now Pat Dwyer for Carolina. Back to the point, Gleason holding onto it. Going wide, Murphy. His shot tipped, knocked down. Fought for out in front. Forged wide. Nash hacking and whacking. McKenna ties it up. 3:05 left to go in period one. And Columbus had an excellent scoring chance right here. As they come in outnumbered, R.J. Umberger. And just out of the reach of Johansson. Amy Malia, our fine producer, Mike Roth, our director, our entire crew. We are blessed with outstanding men and women that help us out every single telecast here from PNC Arena. We thank them and wish you all at home a very happy and healthy holiday season.
Boy, our crew, they invest and they really, really care, and they give us the home ice advantage.
It's off of Mike McKenna. Well said. Now Dubinsky along the boards for Columbus. They have a 1-0 lead. Artem Anisimov has the goal. Wisniewski taking down Riley Nash. Tonight's game being refereed by Frederick Lacuille, who makes the call along with Chris Lee. Carolina will get their second power play.
And our director is Mike Roth, and he's the guy that is going to bring you this penalty, along with Jim Malley, our producer, who tossed it back to John. A couple of TV terms. This is just work. This is outnumbering by Nash and Toulouse like Columbus has done. This period, it leads to Wisniewski, just recently back from the injured list, to take the penalty. And Roth, by the way, our director, was the guy in the front row that looked like he was one of the spin doctors.
Well, he is sometimes.
They gave me a lava lamp for Christmas.
Yes,
He's a throwback.
All the way back. Now, off the draw. McKenzie tying up his man. That was Tuomo Ruutu. Jack Johnson got it out. So James Wisniewski in the box for tripping. Second power play for Carolina. 2 shots on opportunity number 1. Jeff Skinner is camped out. Fedor Tutin is back on him, 51 in white. They go to the wall. Here's Mark Letestu, not out. Knocked out of midair by Falk, gained by Tuomo Ruutu. Andrei Sekera now for Ruutu. Off the stick of Tutin. Ruutu by Skinner. Jack Johnson for Columbus. Pressured by Eric Staal. The Blue Jackets get control and move it out.
Really fine job by Jack Johnson and Fedor Tutin of protecting pucks down low. It really hasn't been a Jack Johnson type year. He's struggled, may not even make the Olympic team. He was good there.
Now a loose puck for Nikita Nikitin off Anisimov in back. One more time, the ex-St. Louis Blue angling off the boards and all the way down to Justin Peters. Ryan Murphy hacked at by Brendan Dubinsky. Good up ice pressure, shorthanded by Dubinsky. Out of the corner, muscled a bit by Murphy. Carolina. That much time left on the power play, out to center ice. Riley Nash lays it along the boards. Mike McKenna in the trapezoid slowed it down. Nikita Nikitin looking for Nisimov. Broken up by Gerby, and now Semin. To the point, Murphy. One-timer Nash denied and covered by Mike McKenna.
I mean, by a notch or two. Ryan Murphy's been the best player for Carolina in this period. He sets up Nash, who's been probably the best forward in terms of energy. Here, Murphy, is this a slash? It's very close, and it's right on the hands. That should have been a 5-on-4 that becomes a 5-on-3. The referee was right there, elected not to call it, but Murph stuck with it. Sorry to use a nickname. Ryan stuck with it and eventually won a battle, and the puck came up, and he set up Riley for a heck of a chance.
1:21 left in period one. Just about a half minute on the power play. Skinner off of Fedor Tutin, manned by Semin. Arister goes directly into the screen off a stick. We get a stoppage here with 29 seconds left in the power play.
Semin is elite when he plays the game fast. That's why Murphy has had a good opening 20. That's why Columbus has the 1-0 lead. Is can you do things quicker? I know it sounds very simple, but can you do things quicker? Because when you do, you create numerical advantages around the puck in a 5-on-5 game.
Skinner with a shot. He scores! Jeff Skinner right along the ice, and Carolina has tied it.
Talk about quickness. Sometimes if you're a centerman, you don't win a draw cleanly. Let's watch Skinner come from this side right here. So both wingers, you actually had a defenseman and Justin Falk come up. This is the I formation that Carolina has used. Here's the Phantom Cam. Boy, Skinner turns to get himself in a shooting position. There's the stick of Fedor Tutin. You have Ruutu. The Phantom Cam tells you what a great screen it is. Boy, I'm a bit of a video junkie. I've seen shutter speed, but what the Phantom Cam brings is it brings speed in motion, not in still shots. And there you saw what a perfect screen it was because of the Phantom Cam.
And just maybe a couple of inches of elevation. From up here, it looked like it was right along the ice, like I said. But from that angle and with that camera, you see that it just had a little bit of elevation. Very important to get it through that screen to get the power play goal for the Hurricanes.
I'm sold on that camera now. It also showed you really what a job Skinner did of eluding the stick of Fedor Tutin to get it through. I mean, that is something to see that type of speed frame by frame from the Phantom.
Jeffrey putting the biscuit in the basket. You can stop by any participating Bojangles between 5:30 and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning and say, I'm a Caniac, it's Bo time, and get your free Bojangles Bowberry biscuits. Skate to CarolinaHurricanes.com/Bojangles for rules and participating locales.
And bringing the defenseman up, allowing Skinner and Ruutu to come from the same side is a key part of that goal, too.
Wisniewski with a pinballing shot wide. Dubinsky and Belmore come together. Manny Malhotra, hard hit on Cam Atkinson. Ron Hainsey moves it out. 23 seconds left in period one. Patrick Dwyer will get it deep. James Wisniewski is on it here for Columbus. So the goal scored by Jeff Skinner is 13th from Eric Stahl on the power play at 18:49. From dead center ice, Alexander Semin to the outside of Anisimov. Brandon Dubinsky sends it all the way back, and that'll do it here in period one. All right, we'll see the goal scored by Jeff Skinner one more time.
This is an alignment that the Hurricanes use on their power plays. Just one defenseman back. Both guys that factor in on the goal come from the wing here against the boards. Let's roll forward. So Falk doesn't come up. That guy gets to Skinner. Okay, that was good legal interference by Falk. Ruutu gets to the front of the net for the screen, so that's a good set face-off play.
Carolina getting that power play goal. Ryan Murphy will be Chantel McCabe's guest when she kicks off the PNC Bank first intermission right after this. Final telecast before the Christmas holiday. 1-1 the count here in Raleigh. Let's take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Buffalo Brothers, the greatest tenders on planet Earth. We'll get to those shortly as we're ready to embark upon the second period. John Forsland, Trip Tracy, Chantel McCabe at ice level. Along with our fine crews, it's cleared all the way back in on Mike McKenna, now thanks to Buffalo Brothers. Here are the first period numbers. Carolina 12/5 in terms of shots, 2-1 margin in terms of scoring chances.
The late period goal by Skinner proved to be the big equalizer, and the Hurricanes hope a big boost. Skinner, by the way, on his first shift to this period just nullified what would have been a hybrid icing had that puck been off net.
Ryan Murray for Columbus. Brandon Dubinsky takes a seat thanks to Justin Falk, and a penalty will be called as Peters steers it aside. So we will see Todd Richards' power play for the first time tonight.
And both his power play and penalty kills, speaking of Richards, are middle of the pack. And now that's just a situation there where Falk overextends himself. Dubinsky had turned to protect his body and try to protect the puck. And boy, his approach this morning, you know Todd Richards very well, John, was very, very stern in what he was expecting out of this game.
Their power play tied for 13th. Number 10 on the road, Carolina 23rd on the kill, tied for 24th at home.
And where do you know the former Minnesota Golden Gopher Richards from?
Oh, many moons ago, American Hockey League, a great puck-moving defenseman. Hartford Whalers system in the late 90s. And in the early situation as he was able to work his way through the National Hockey League and then matriculate into the coaching ranks, where he has done a remarkable job at all levels. Now, Pat Dwyer over the line with a shot off the stick of James Wisniewski and out of play early in terms of this Columbus power play.
Good speed up the ice from Dwyer. And you know every team now, when they have their video meetings and their power play meeting, if you're Columbus, they're going to be reminded of how good Carolina's been shorthanded. Now, and some teams that use the forward on the point might think twice about it just because the Hurricanes have excelled so much in that dimension.
Columbus gets possession off the draw. Jack Johnson as they get set to move it now out to center ice. In control, Ryan Johansson. Great-looking young player for R.J. Umberger, turned aside and wheeled all the way back in that Columbus zone.
He won 5 of 6 faceoffs in the first period, Johansson.
Nick Foligno through center ice. Gains entry. Knocked down at the D by Andrei Sekera. Sekera now salting away some time. He took a hit from Fedor Tutin, but got it deep.
This has been a good kill. It's just over halfway through for the Hurricanes. They really have denied any type of entry with their tight gaps from the forwards in defense.
Fedor Tutin now shadowed a bit by Yuri Tlusty up ice. He scored a shorthanded goal in Tampa on Saturday night. Carolina has 7 of those. They cross the line now, and the Jackets get it deep. Umberger this way. Lays it off a stick. Foligno in a puck battle inside for Johansson by him. Accepted by Carolina's Ron Hainsey. He's hard pressed. Along the boards now, a tie-up, a loose puck. They get to it, and the arm is up top. And a penalty is being called here. We'll pick up the call. It goes against Carolina.
Number 28, Carolina, 2 minutes flashing.
Frederick Lecouillier was the neutral zone official. Simmons looking up because he's hoping to get a look at it. Kirk Muller's telling Justin Falk to make sure you go to our own end. Here's the issue I have with this. Dubinsky slashed Ryan Murphy when the Hurricanes were on a power play in the first period. Very similar play. It wasn't called. That's the lack of consistency that will sort of mystify Kirk Muller and his staff. That was a penalty, but it was a penalty in the first period, too.
They only have 16 seconds, but Columbus has 4 5-on-3 goals this season. Carolina gets it out immediately, and now Ryan Murray. Spring pass, Brandon Dubinsky. Drop feed for Artem Anisimov, and now Murray goes point to point. Wisniewski, he has a big shot. Down deep, Dubinsky off the body. Guarded well by Brett Belmore. The Hurricanes get it out. Justin Falk is out of the box. A pair of 27s. Ryan Murray is on him. Falk intended for Jordan, broken up by Anisimov, and away they go. A good look at Cam Atkinson. He'll wipe it ahead. Around the boards, Ryan Murray moving up for Columbus. Anisimov has their goal. Top of your screen, let go by Wisniewski, and all the way back.
Remember a few games ago, Falk and Phoenix came out of the box in the second period, had to assume the role of a forward like he did again there, and he was part of a goal that was scored by Nathan Gerby.
Atkinson again, off the stick of Andrei Sekera. Lays it along the boards. Dubinsky broken up and dumped out of the zone nicely by Patrick Dwyer. Brandon Dubinsky for James Wisniewski. 50 seconds left in the power play. They cross. Johansson, indirect pass off the end wall. Umberger. Loose in back of the goals we see. Foligno, a shove on Sekera. Dug out by Umberger. R.J. Umberger. Ryan Johansson out of the corner. Nice move. Jack Johnson. His shot blocked in front by Gleason. Johansson one more time. A give back by Johnson. Johansson. Tootin. Here it comes. Swallowed by Justin Peters.
Well, the fans appreciate the penalty killing work now on almost 3 Carolina Miners if they can kill off the remaining 24. Brief 5-on-3. Brett Belmore, look at him change his lane there to prevent that puck from getting to Anisimov. And Falk, as our cameras showed beautifully, was told to go right to his own end. But look at him assume the role of a forward there. I mean, that's harder said than done. Then he got the puck and set up for a chance.
Malhotra wins the faceoff away from Mark Letestu, and that's important. That'll kill away some time here for Carolina. Columbus down to just 12 seconds on the power play. Wisniewski, little backhand dish. Overskated by Belmore. Letestu had it, lost it. Ron Hainsey for the Hurricanes all the way back.
Key block from Gleason on that kill too. And boy, this preserves and hopefully continues the momentum from the Skinner goal late in the first. And those are big shorthanded sequences.
Even terms on the ice, even terms where it counts. Columbus over the line. Boone Jenner to the outside of Belmore. He'll throw it back for Nikita Nikitin. His shot pinballs wide off the body out in front. It went off Alexander Semin, and Carolina gets it back out. David Savard, a good look at him. Pressured on the forecheck by Drayson Bowman. Nikita Nikitin away now for Boone Jenner. Jenner through the center ice zone, moves it wide of Justin Peters, and Tim Gleason is on it.
That type of jam from Bowman that was part of that homestand back in November with Dvorak and Malhotra. They could use that now because when the Hurricanes can play 4 lines, they become a much more threatening team.
David Savard for Columbus. Through center ice, Blake Como kicked out with a purpose by Peters. Loose along the boards. Off the stick of Jack Skilly and all the way back. Nikitin. Away now through the center zone, Ryan Murray. Indirect pass intended for Derek McKenzie. Ryan Murphy, a nice reverse for Carolina. Back after it, Eric Stahl. They start again, it's Gleason. All the way out, camped out is Skinner. Here he comes. Skinner pulls up on Wisniewski, who cancels him. Jack Skilly in control. And the Jackets buzz out to center ice. Skilly a long bomb handled by Peters. It stays in play. Out of the corner to the point, Ryan Murray. Off of Falk. Gained by Eric Stahl, not out. Cam Atkinson gets after it for Columbus. He'll forge it deep. Falk now for Carolina. Tied up from behind by Blake Como. He'll play it at the top of your screen. Wisniewski with a rolling puck. He'll just cushion it down deep. Atkinson in control, holding onto it. Stopping and starting. Cam Atkinson to the outside of Sekera. To the point, Wisniewski. His shot off of Peters wide, grazing the outside of the goal. Eric Stahl now elevates the puck. Wisniewski for Columbus plays it in the center zone.
This is a hard-working forecheck. You have to earn coming out of your zone against Columbus, and the forwards have to help the defense.
Here's a steal. Atkinson pulls up. In deep for Artem Anisimov. Carolina hard pressed. Good look at Falk in the corner. Dubinsky for Columbus. Jack Johnson holding onto it. He'll negotiate by Talusti. Keep it deep out of the reach of Anisimov. Loose along the boards. Fedor Tootin around the boards for Brandon Dubinsky, who's looking around. On a cycle, R.J. Umberger met there by Patrick Dwyer. Dubinsky for flashing Tootin, broken up by Malhotra and back out.
Good job not getting tunnel vision by the puck by Manning.
A sweep check by Malhotra on Dubinsky. Fedor Tootin partnered with Jack Johnson, who has it. From the center zone, a cut by Ryan Johansson. Steered along by Nick Foligno. He'll go deep. Falk moves it. Bowman coming down the wall. Peppered a bit by Ryan Johansson. Detected by Sekera. And away go the Hurricanes out to center ice. Dwyer in the skates of Jordan. He gets it back. They're onside. His shot sealed off by Mike McKenna. 12:44 left to go in the second period. Tim Gleason sturdy in front of the goal thanks to the Phantom Cam here on Fox Sports Carolina. We are enjoying this tonight. We hope you are too. We're calling it a holiday gift to you tonight. We're utilizing the Phantom Cam, and we are getting an unequaled look at all the action here tonight, including this beautiful goal scored late in period 1 by Jeff Skinner. You can't slow it down any more than that. And this can really give you a perspective that you need.
You're never going to see a better example than on that goal. That this Phantom Cam is anything but a menace.
Well said, Center Ice. You're on a roll tonight. I got to tell you what. You better not lose it over the 3 days. We're back here Friday night. Pittsburgh's in town, led by Sidney Crosby, and what a remarkable story they are. Here's a chance. Letestu stopped by Peters. A rebound out in front. Alexander Semin in control for Carolina. Pittsburgh here on Friday after the holiday break. All teams in the National Hockey League are off completely the 24th, 25th, and 26th.
The Pittsburgh Penguins, to me, are the most impressive story in the NHL because of what they've done with all these injuries. Oh, boy. Penalty coming up.
Penalty upcoming here against Carolina. And Columbus will get their second power play.
Well, we'll get a look at it again. It's the back official, Chris Lee, that makes the call. LeCouillier was the back official on that Semin penalty. This is what I like. This is the good to the first thing. Look at all those 5 guys in the screen, and that prevents a rebound from happening. And Semin eventually is able to protect the puck. Yeah, his stick, Dvorak, gets stuck in the skates of Skilly. It's an inadvertent trip, but it is a trip nonetheless.
So the Hurricanes now will take their 3rd consecutive penalty in this period. Officially the 3rd power play here for Columbus because of the 5-on-3 and then the conventional 5-on-4, which in actuality are 2 chances. Now Cam Atkinson will go deep around the boards. Anisimov as they flood this side to the point. Wisniewski. Moving here is Brandon Dubinsky. Peppered a bit by Brett Belmore. Off the stick of Anisimov, and it goes out of play. Caniacs, it's time now for the Moe's Southwest Grill. Hey, what do you say, queso player? It's Justin Falk. If he scores tonight, all Caniacs receive a free side of Moe's famous queso and hot fresh chips tomorrow at any Triangle locale.
I'm going to call an audible on if Dvorak's stick gets caught in a guy's skate, there was no tripping motion. I'm not so sure it's not a penalty, but it's definitely not a trip. That's a unique case study right there.
Now Dubinsky pressured a bit by Eric Stahl. Ryan Murray as the Blue Jackets start again. This is Dubinsky at the line. He crosses. Anisimov holding onto it. To the point, Ryan Murray. Sharing 1 point with James Wisniewski. Now Anisimov. Here's Wisniewski. The puck was on edge. Brandon Dubinsky from the boards. Walks it. Guarded by Sekera and Gerby. To the point. James Wisniewski. He'll think about it. Now again, Brandon Dubinsky walking, shooting one off the skate. Captured by Justin Falk. And back out to neutral ice.
I believe Falk just was in the Carolina dressing room, so he just got back. The Hurricanes were down a defenseman, and he comes back and saves a goal.
39 seconds left in the power play. Sekera gave it away to Wisniewski. Hampered a bit by Dwyer. Sekera again. James Wisniewski now for Columbus. Ryan Johansson dead center. At his side, Foligno, who's in. Nick Foligno throws on the brakes. He'll get it deep out of the reach of R.J. Umberger. Vetter Tootin now moving up for the Jackets. Out of the corner. Flushed out a bit by Sekera. Here's Umberger. He'll stop and start. R.J. Umberger holding onto that puck. To the point, Tootin. Here it comes. Off a body wide, off Foligno. Jack Johnson down the boards for Columbus. Patrick Dwyer gets in the way. They jockey along the boards out of a 4-man scrum as Dvorak is out of the box. Johansson has it. He'll lay it off now, turned by Jack Johnson. Handled by Peters, centered out in front by Umberger. In control, Andre Sekera. A quick up intended for Dvorak, cut off by Johnson, but Carolina gets it deep.
Again, we just saw Dvorak come out of the box and immediately create that 5 in the picture, which has been an adjustment all year, which is one of the big reasons the Hurricanes are so improved defensively, that they're bringing guys down to the most dangerous area to help.
Ryan Murphy now by Mark Letestu. Cutting across the blue line that time, Corey Tropp, and away they go. Here's Tropp. He'll pull up. Go deep, intended for Letestu, taken out by Gleason, loose side of the goal. Peters shuts it down. Corey Trop on the doorstep. Here come the Hurricanes. A good look at Yuri Talusti. Will try to move it by Nikita Nikitin out of the corner. He pulls up. Talusti, who had 2 goals Saturday night in Tampa. From the wall, Semin walks, holds, turns, fires one off Mike McKenna.
Boy, that's him doing things quick. He wanted, I think, to shoot it prior, but an adjustment that was a beautiful thing.
Skinner cuts off a body, off Nikitin. It stays in play. Ryan Murphy going down hard. A heavy hit. It was Alex Semin taking down a Blue Jacket along the far side to the point. Now Hainsey for Belmore. His shot caught by Mike McKenna. 8:25 left to go in the second period. Canes assistant John McLean with Chantel McCabe when we come back.
I'm with Coach John McLean. This is your first time facing Columbus this season. From what you've observed so far this game, what will your team have to do to get the 2 points?
Well, I think we're starting to come here. I mean, they play a heavy forechecking game, and so we just got to keep the puck moving, make it a 200-foot game, and we're slowly coming. Our legs are coming. I think a lot of good things. We had a couple of rough penalties there, but I think as the game goes on here, we're going to start taking over, and we get a few more shots on McKenna. I think we'll be in good shape.
You got a little Keniak behind you. Really excited here.
He has Santa on his tie. And Chantel was complaining about no Christmas ties for us because we're all business.
We are all business, but so is Johnny McLean. But good for him. Holiday cheer from Johnny Mac. Back of the goal now. Brent Belmore. Anisimov now in control. Broken up. 1-1 the count. 12 minutes gone in the second period. Skinner spins off of Wisniewski. Ryan Murray for Anisimov. Pinned a bit by Jeff Skinner. Ryan Murray in control for the Blue Jackets and back out to center ice. Over the line they cross. In control, cutting, Brandon Dubinsky. Derek McKenzie takes a swipe at it. Good look at Justin Falk. Back out to center ice. Columbus now recoiling back in their own zone. Wisniewski moves it for young Ryan Murray.
We'll get to the bottom of that. Adrian McLean, John's wife, they have 2 great sons, JC and Kyle. And Adrian was a standout golfer at Stanford years ago. She must have been behind that Santa and Rudolph tie.
Of course she was. Now McKenzie with a shot off of Malhotra high. Jack Johnson. Blake Como in back of Justin Peters. To the corner, they grind a cycle. Blake Como holding onto it. His wrister through traffic wide. Jack Johnson moving up in the play. Looking for Jack Skilly, who's denied ice that time by Andre Sekera. Under 7 minutes left in the second period. Jack Johnson picked off here by Justin Peters.
Boy, another penalty to the Hurricanes. See, I'm going to be candid here.
Number 22, Carolina, towards high sticking.
Lacouillier with the call. There have been a couple situations just since we came out of break. Skinner, there was an interference right in front of the Hurricanes bench. I mean, the truth is, the Hurricanes, there it is right there. Referee right there. The Hurricanes have not gotten a break when it comes to, I think, the calls so far in this one, but their penalty killing has bailed them out. And they're going to be tested once again here. It's been a busy, shorthanded period.
High sticking call on the veteran, Manny Malhotra. Spun out in front. Puck battle, Foligno swoops in off of Peters. Loose in back of the goal. Good work by Nick Foligno now. Jack Johnson skate to stick. Inside for Umberger. On the flank, they set it up again. Ryan Johansson from the half boards. Feder Tooten holding onto it. Johansson cutting. To the outside, in deep, R.J. Umberger. He'll wind it all the way back. To the point, Tooten. Here it comes, wide of Peters. Rebound for Jack Johnson. Johnson's on it. Top of your screen, Umberger looks around. He's bottled up by Ron Hainsey. Hainsey tries to move it ahead. Umberger inside Foligno. Foligno out of that corner, left for Belmore. He's negated by Umberger. Ron Hainsey calmly along the end wall. Tied up by Nick Foligno. Jack Johnson lends a helping hand. It's broken up. In control, Carolina's Jordan Staal. Forecheck by Ryan Johansson. To the point it goes for Jack Johnson. Johnson holding onto it. His spinner blocked by Jordan. Give back now along the boards. They set it up again. Johansson finally stolen here by Brett Belmore with help from Jordan. Not out. Foligno has Johansson. Peters said no. Loose out in front. Here's Jack Johnson. His shot goes wide, and play continues. Johansson, wiped but not out by Belmore. Better Tootin. Jack Johnson holding on to it. Hainsey and Dwyer on him. Humberger fanning on a good stick by Hainsey. Melted down by Peters, and it all breaks out.
That is the absolute save of the game. Two premier chances to clear pucks, and the Hurricanes can. And Justin Peters bails him out. Here's Belmore. This is the second one. Johansson has already kept a puck in. You've got to bear down even if you're tired. What a save. Saturday night in Tampa was Justin Peters in the second period moving over to his glove side to make a few gems of stops. Now it's the blocker side. So he shows you he can go both ways.
Justin Peters continues to be heroic in goal for the Hurricanes. Brett Belmore tuckered out at the end of that shift, battling in front of the goal. You see the time left in the power play, the time left in the period. And that guy keeping it 1-1.
How about Johansson? Boy, I think he's going to be a star. He might already be a star because he's the one that was the big part, not only keeping pucks in when I thought it was heading down for a line change, but then creating the grade A caliber chance.
Dubinsky on the draw. Opposed by Carolina's Eric Stahl. Columbus in controls, we see Wisniewski bottled up. Good job by the captain. Eric Stahl clears it all the way back down. Just about 12 seconds left in the power play in the final push. 15 minutes gone in the second period. Brandon Dubinsky. Checked on the play by Justin Falk. Sekera losing it to Cam Atkinson. Top of your screen, Wisniewski. They start again, a loose puck. Atkinson in a battle with Sekera. Sekera to the corner, flung out of the zone by Eric Stahl. This will be icing as Malhotra was out of the box. We'll swing it all the way back in the Carolina zone. Coors Light, cold hard facts. We'll take a look at installment number 1 tonight. Just prior to the Christmas holiday. Shorthanded points this season, Eric Stahl and Brandon Dubinsky league-wide at the top of the list.
So here's the thing, though. The Hurricanes leading the league. This is a good time to use your timeout if you're Kirk Muller. But the Hurricanes penalty killing has had a tough stretch here because they've given up quite a few power play goals to Washington and then the tying goal Hedman to San Luis. I mean, the shorthanded goals have been extremely stylish. But if the Hurricanes win this hockey game, it will be because of their gutty penalty killing here in this second period. I think they've got the raw end of some calls, but they've survived it.
Well, to illustrate your point, let's take a look at Jiri Cholowski scoring shorthanded goal number 7 for the Hurricanes. All of those on the road Saturday night.
Well, Hainsey, I never saw him take a look. I said this in our pregame show. He just deposited the puck to an area where Eric Stahl could get it to Jiri with his reach. And Jiri made a decision from a ways out. And that's the key, I think. He was decisive that he was not going to deke. He was going to try to open up the big goaltender Bishop, and it was a beauty.
Off the face-off. Splits the two defensemen, David Savard and Nikita Nikitin. Malhotra now moves it ahead. Savard back in his own zone. 4.5 left to go, period 2. Artem Anisimov and Jeff Skinner have the goals tonight. Letestu with a shot fought off by Peters. The rebound. They score! Corey Trop out in front. Drops one in, and Columbus has a 1-goal lead.
Well, Skinner's goal was big to salvage something positive of the first period. This one is just as big because the Hurricanes were, you would think, just about to build on the momentum of all the kills. Drive the defense back because the back pressure isn't there that you want, and then you never know which battle is going to be the most important. And this one happens to be Trop is able to win the positional race and get on the attacking side of the puck on Tuomo Ruutu. And he just is able to swipe it, beating Justin Peters on the blocker side as the glove was there too. And that's just, you never know which battle is going to be the key one.
They will review it. Chris Lee comes over as we see. Corey Trop, if he does get credit for the goal, first goal in 29 games. His last goal March the 19th, 2012. Then for Buffalo at Tampa Bay, Mark Letestu and Boone Jenner should get the assists if it counts.
I'm sure it will. The Hurricanes against this fast Columbus team that forechecks hard, that their back pressure just hasn't been as good as it is when they're really clicking. And that allows the Blue Jackets, number one, to carry the puck over the line, back off the Carolina defense, and then it's a secondary race from two wingers as Trop beats Ruutu and then has a little puck lock.
Carolina being outshot 10-3 in this second period. Chris Lee continues to monitor the situation along the near side with the Situation Room in Toronto.
I wonder if did he intentionally direct that puck in with either his glove or his shoulder?
For me, that would be the only thing they look at. Kirk Muller looking up at a possible replay, but it will stand. Chris Lee makes the call, validating the goal for Corey Trop, who they acquired off waivers from Buffalo at the end of November. See the shots period by period so far. Derek McKenzie back in the zone along the boards now. Met by Patrick Dwyer. Moved by Carolina's Riley Nash. Carolina now attempts to grind a cycle here and mount some kind of pressure, and a penalty is called here along the boards. Carolina will be going to the power play when we come back. Corey Trop has the goal. The Jackets with a 1-goal lead. Well, Jack Johnson along the wall, guilty of holding Carolina much-needed power play trip.
Well, the Hurricanes, after giving up the goal, have a forecheck going of their own, and I guess it's just that, see the referee top left of your screen, detecting that left arm and hand of Johnson's, and this is where you need a power play to just outwork Todd Richards' penalty killers. You're either going to score, or you might even draw a 5-on-3.
Off the face-off, it's won back by Derek McKenzie. Alex Semin now to the point. 2-on-1, shorthanded McKenzie along with Mark Letestu. It pinballs in on Peters, who is ready. Along the boards now, Mark Letestu got an assist on the goal by Corey Trop, along with Boone Jenner to make it 2-1 Columbus. Semin at the line, walks in for a shot, patted down by McKenna. Rebound sent wide by Alex Semin. Net off the pegs, and a penalty is being called against Columbus. It'll be a 5-on-3 for a boatload of time for Carolina.
It's amazing. You can feel when these 5-on-3s are coming, can't you? Well, remember the home game Friday night. Alexei of Washington dislodged the net. And there was no call when the Hurricanes were on the power play. Next home game after Semin really left Sekera in a bad spot that led to a 2-on-1. I don't think the execution was there for Columbus. Gets the puck to the net, so here's the game right here in all likelihood.
Carolina with 2 5-on-3 goals this season. Columbus has yielded one. Skinner scores! Jeff Skinner right away on the power play. We're tied at 2, and they'll stay a man up.
People, including me, sometimes press Alexander Semin to shoot the puck. This is why he doesn't necessarily need to all the time. Heck of a head-up play from Semin. Saw that Skinner had enough real estate to buy 2 or 3 Raleigh homes. And the Phantom Cam shows you that Skinner starts that on the toe, releases it in the middle of the tape to elevate it beyond McKenna's glove side.
So they stay on the 5-on-4 conventionally. Semin now will wind it. Sekera at the point. Off a stick. Eric Stahl moving it by Skinner. Tuomo Ruutu. Broken up by Brandon Dubinsky. And it will just spindle all the way down to Justin Peters. Alex Semin, Jordan Stahl, Skinner, second goal tonight, 14th goal of the season. 16:25 is the time. Skinner in control, dangling. Andre Sekera, Mr. Skinner again, off a stick, off Feder Tootin. Feathered along for Letestu, here they come. Derek McKenzie, shorthanded over the line, Letestu is in, just wide, as he broke free of Jeff Skinner. 2:40 left in the second period.
It's a second 2-on-1 that the Hurricanes have given up right before it became a 5-on-3. Remember, Semin created one with Sekera, and it led to the 5-on-3 and then the goal, and then this.
A hand pass trip is called here. That'll stop play. 49 seconds left of the power play. Jeff Skinner gets a break, and take a look at his last 10 games. The shots, the 10 goals with 2 power play strikes tonight.
Well, Semin makes that play. Jordan wins the draw, and Jeff is the purest goal scorer on the roster. And when he has that type of look, a guy of the former Calder Trophy winners caliber isn't going to miss often.
Off the face-off, Columbus will clear it. Nikita Nikitin all the way down to Justin Peters. 2:13 left to go in the second. That much time in the power play. Wound out of the zone by Justin Falk over the line. Dealt along for Jordan. Jordan Stahl around the wall for Nathan Gerbe. High slotted give back by Nash. Here's Murphy, and now Gerbe again. Riley Nash, inside it goes Jordan. Gerbe at his side. Riley Nash by him. Back out to center ice. Canes are down to a dozen seconds left in the power play. Riley Nash over the line. They gain entry. It's Jordan, a drop pass. Justin Falk at the point, taken care of by Umberger for a moment. Walked by Nash. Now Jordan this way for Gerbe. A good stick by Nikitin, not out. Ryan Murphy for Nathan Gerbe out of the box. James Wisniewski even terms on the ice. And on the scoreboard, we're tied at 2.
Pretty resilient bounce back there, Columbus, as the goal made it a 5-on-4, where they got back to, I think, the reality that their work ethic has been pretty sound.
Johansson, right in. Peters says no, a dandy. As Jack Skilly walked in all alone for a chance, and now Fedor Tutin off a body. In control, Radek Dvorak taking a heavy hit from Skilly and back out. Nash now shrugs off Foligno, gloved by Mike McKenna, and we get a stoppage. 1:02 left to go in the second period. Let's see the Phantom one more time again. Jeff Skinner, the magic on the power play. 2-2 in Raleigh. We're back. Very short time out there. Now it's played along by Ron Hainsey. Moved here by Patrick Dwyer. 53 seconds left in the second period. Gleason at the point. Wristing one. It rolls around. Carolina wins the battle. They keep it deep out of the reach of Dwyer. In control, Yuri Tolusti. Checked by Jack Johnson. Loose to the corner. Boone Jenner takes a shove from Malhotra. It goes between the legs of Tolusti, and now moved by Hainsey. Played by Columbus's Boone Jenner, and Hainsey now has it at the point. Canceled out in front by the defense, Fedor Tutin. Tim Gleason now 23 seconds left in the period. Carolina mounting pressure. Patrick Dwyer for Yuri Tolusti. Flushed out a bit by Jack Johnson. 14 seconds left in the period. Dwyer again. Looks for Tolusti. He's defended by Jack Johnson. Punched along by Fedor Tutin, who gets to it, takes a hit to make a play. He got it out. That should just about do it here in the period, but they do call icing with 1/10 of a second left in period 2.
That was the best forecheck of the night for the Hurricanes. Riley Nash had just been on that power play, so Manny Malhotra slides up into his spot between Tolusti and Dwyer. Hainsey and Gleason got pucks to the net quickly. Columbus has to ice the puck. I don't know. Boy, Eric Stahl's a lefty here. With this much time, he's going to try to backhand it to the net.
That'll do it. 2 in the books. Jeff Skinner will be Chantel McCabe's guest when she kicks off the PNC Bank second intermission. Exciting hockey game here, the final game before the Christmas holiday. We've slowed it down, but the action has been fast and furious. Jeff Skinner again has had the magic. Deadlactic 2 here in Raleigh. The Canes and the Columbus Blue Jackets right here on Fox Sports Carolina. Mr. Skinner has both of Carolina goals tonight scored in periods 1 and 2. Coors Light, Cold Hard Facts, December goal leaders in the National Hockey League. Jeff Skinner by 1 over Alex Ovechkin.
That's pretty darn impressive. And Chris Stewart making quite a charge with his first Star of the Week performance announced today. He took a heroic type goal scoring effort to beat what Crosby did last week, I believe with 8 points, but his former roommate, Jeff Skinner and Justin Peters lived together a couple of years ago, and both have had exceptional Decembers.
Justin Peters gets one final refreshment as Kurt Muller looks up and wants it all emptied out here. The same holds true for the Columbus Blue Jackets. 2 points separate these two teams in the Metropolitan Division standings. Carolina has a 2-point lead over Columbus. Sit back and enjoy period number 3. Artem Anisimov, who has one of 2 Columbus goals tonight, gets it deep. Andrei Sekera moved along. Wisniewski off the glove hand of Justin Peters. Brandon Dubinsky down deep. Andrei Sekera turns it this way. Loose along the wall. Anisimov gets to it. Goes off a stick. Captured by Brandon Dubinsky. Looking for Cam Atkinson. Stolen by Andrei Sekera off a stick. Atkinson one more time. Grinding away from Eric Stahl. Dubinsky. His shot stopped by Peters. The rebound out in front. Another chance off the goal post. Anisimov right out in front. So Columbus ready to go at the outset of period 3. Wisniewski at the point. Wins a battle. Throws it across. Nick Foligno hammers one off a body. Stinging Justin Falk, who goes down. Now R.J. Umberger in control. To the point. Johnson shot wide. The rebound by Jack Johnson. And luckily for Carolina, back out to center ice.
Falk may be hurt, and that's all goes back to a winger not getting the puck out.
Here they come again, R.J. Umberger. Stopping and starting off a couple of sticks out in front. Gerby. Nathan Gerby will steer it all the way back in the Columbus zone. A foot race. No icing. Good work by Carolina's Nathan Gerby. Ryan Johansson. Here they come again. It's Umberger. Out in front, Foligno. Good stick by Brett Belmore, and Carolina survives.
That's monstrous by Gerby, because the Hurricanes have already used their timeout on an icing in the second period, and I think he knew it. And he just willed his way to win that hybrid icing race at the last second.
Ori Trop, who has a goal tonight for Columbus. Had it, lost it. You see it come all the way back. Icing will be called here against Carolina.
Well, we'll see work from one winger that potentially saves a goal. I know this is a long ways from his own net, but he wins the race on two, and good work from the linesman to be in good position. I mean, Jeff Skinner has had a tremendous December, but that puck has got to get out with the same will he has to score goals.
Keaton with a shot blocked. Coming at him, Yuri Tlusty. And here they come. Tlusty with Dwyer. Holding, centering one. McKenna comes up big for Columbus. Good stop by Mike McKenna. Robbing Patrick Dwyer. Now fanning on a clear out, Tim Gleason. The Blue Jackets now back in their own zone. David Savard diving. Nikitin turning stick. Boone Jenner, and now a give back.
And it looks like Justin Falk coming back to the bench.
Carolina crosses offside. We'll get a break here. 17:34 left in this third period.
And that was during the sequence where the puck didn't get out. That's why I talk about how important it is. I mean, what if Justin Falk breaks his ankle or his foot because the puck doesn't get out? What a job of waiting by Tlusty. Waiting for that blot, leaving the feet move, and just finding a little bit of a seam, and McKenna makes his best save of the night.
Nice puck here by the Jackets. Face off back in their zone. Shots 18 for Columbus, 17 taken by Carolina. Good sign. Justin Falk back.
And the Hurricanes are taking steps towards realizing that little things like that, getting pucks out, are just as important as scoring a big 5-on-3 goal in the second period. That's what makes you a team that doesn't win one, lose one, but wins a bunch.
Eric Stahl moves it. Skinner again off a stick. Stahl in back of the goal. Out in front, punched right on McKenna. Great chance that time by Tuomo Ruutu. Out to center ice. Ruutu shovels it off the glove hand of Mike McKenna. He'll play it along the boards. Eric Stahl broken up by James Wisniewski. Blake Como out to center ice. He'll split the D. Get it deep. Jack Skilly goes to work on Tim Gleason. Gleason out of that corner. Skilly a steal through the goal mouth. Hammered by Ryan Murray wide. And it careens all the way back in that Columbus zone. James Wisniewski is on it. Wisniewski now will start from his own end. Carolina attempts to break it up. They do. Drayson Bowman plays it to himself. Bowman out of the corner. Radek Dvorak in control. Low to high, it's Sekera. Now Dvorak along the boards, hurried by Brandon Dubinsky. They grind a cycle. Bowman for Manny Malhotra. He'll play it along the boards. Stay with it. Off of Dubinsky. Gets it back. Good pass. Falk with a shot wide. It's loose. Good stick. Coming all the way back that time. Ryan Murray off of Sekera and back out. Cam Atkinson wins a battle. Brandon Dubinsky fought off by Sekera. Columbus is changing. Malhotra realizes that, so he dumps it in.
And the former Blue Jacket Malhotra, good fourth line shift there with Bowman and Dvorak.
Ryan Johansson flies through the center zone. He goes wide. Good stick by Belmore. Alex Simmons brings a man. It's Jordan. Through the center zone. It gets behind the Columbus defense. Jack Johnson away from Nathan Gerbe. Feder Tootin going down. Big battle along the wall. Brett Belmore for Carolina. Around the boards this way for R.J. Umberger. He'll move it back for Feder Tootin. Tootin in his own zone, pummeled by Jordan Staal. But the Blue Jackets, as we see, get it out. Jack Johnson, lead pass for Ryan Johansson. He gets to it. His shot sealed off by Peters. Loose to the corner. Belmore, Johansson do battle. Corey Trop for Columbus joins the fun. Gerbe spots a man. It's Hainsey. Boone Jenner is on him, and now Alex Semin off the glass and back out to center ice.
Almost over the glass, and we know what that would have meant.
Boone Jenner tries to walk in. He's hooked on the way through. Columbus will be going to the power play. Letestu, Nikitin. They move it ahead. A shot taken off the side of the goal. Loose out in front. Play comes to a halt, and now we'll see that Columbus power play once again.
This is just a work ethic driven drawing of a penalty. A guy that's been used to kill penalties in Belmore, but Semin at the end of his shift nearly cleared the puck over the glass, which would have been a penalty. But either way, it didn't advance beyond the red line, and you see a line change being made. So the forwards are in a tough spot, which puts Belmore in a tough spot. Can't handle the speed, and he's guilty of the hold.
Off the face-off, Andre Sekera in control for Carolina. Power play number 5 for Columbus. 0 for 4, only one shot. Ryan Murray, he goes down. Play continues. Wisniewski and Murray on the points. Atkinson, Dubinsky, Anisimov up front. Dvorak, Malhotra now. Malhotra replaced by Jordan Staal. Sekera and Falker back for Carolina. Over the line, Brandon Dubinsky off a stick. Here's Ryan Murray for the point. Fed across by Wisniewski, captured by Sekera. Short-handed. The Hurricanes out to center ice. They get it deep.
Just so I'm an equal opportunity broadcaster, the Hurricanes have caught a break, I think, on 2 potential offensive zone penalties in the last couple shifts.
Atkinson over the line. All the way across, Nick Foligno. The other side he goes. They work it down deep. Shot taken. Peters said no off of Umberger. This way it's Nick Foligno. Diagonally across by Jack Johnson. Good break for Carolina. 57 seconds left in the Columbus power play. You're looking at Feder Tootin back in his own zone.
Boy, the Blue Jackets really do go low to high on their power play pretty well. They draw the attention down low, and then the points are vacated, and they use them.
Ryan Johansson moving up. Johnson goes across. Murray. Well, the wrister off Hainsey. Foligno blocked by Hainsey. Gerbe taken down by Ryan Johansson. We'll go 4-on-4 for 33 seconds. Then Carolina will get a power play.
Gerbe, who nullified the icing play earlier in the period, and Hainsey draw this penalty. What a stick play from Hainsey. So that prevents an exceptional chance based on where it would have come from on Tootin as he was creeping in, the defenseman that he is. The support from Gerbe, who draws the trip from Ryan Johansson.
So the Hurricanes will get that power play shortly. Todd Richards looking on. Face-off in his club zone, off the draw. Ron Hainsey with a wrister. It deflects in the screen. We'll get a stoppage. .19 left to go in this third period. We'll step aside from PNC Arena in Raleigh, deadlocked at 2.
In the third for some holiday hockey, we are tied at 2. The Hurricanes have 2 Russian speakers on the team who will be staying in Raleigh for the holiday. But Christmas is very different in Russia. Compared to North America, that is. Anton Udoman gave me the one-on-one here. He told me in Russia, they decorate with trees and lights, as we do here in the States, but they don't open presents until December 31st, and that's when they kick off a 10-day-long New Year's celebration, which is the focus over Christmas. Interesting.
Well, it's a heck of a celebration. It's the biggest holiday of the year in Russia. It's much more than just New Year's Day.
Mark Letestu off the stick of Ryan Murphy. 4-on-4 hockey for that much longer.
One celebrated it with two Ukrainians, but Russian mentality, Oleg Tverdovsky and Anton Babchuk, and it's quite a celebration.
Out of the corner, I'm sure it was. Now along the boards. In control. Wisniewski goes down. McKenzie a give back for Ryan Murray, and Belmore's out of the box. So the power play now ensues for Carolina. Abbreviated but long enough. $1:15 left in it. Peters hands it off to Justin Falk. Long stretch pass for Tuomo Ruutu. He'll thread it in. A short hopper covered up by Mike McKenna.
Wait, spring training is a little ways away, but two pretty challenging bouncers. One from long range on Peters and then McKenna. Those are not easy to handle. Watch it here. You see, because if it's going to skip and hit the ice, you don't know how it's going to react. Peters had one at the other end.
Face off. Stahl wins it for Skinner. Cross it goes. Here's Falk. His shot off the body. Eric has it. His shot blocked by Dubinsky. He gets it back. Eric Stahl moves it along the boards. Top of your screen. Jeff Skinner to the point. Good pass. Here's Falk around the clock. Sekera. He'll walk, shoot one. Swallowed by McKenna.
Boy, I was critical of the defensive side of the puck for Skinner early in this period. He continues to be unpredictable and a difference maker offensively. What a play here. Boy, look at the heels come in. Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz would love that. And then finding the open man Falk. Hurricanes get another chance with the block.
Skinner off the draw, blocked by Letestu. Sekera again bodied and controlled by Mike McKenna. The Carolina Ale House is the place for cool bars. The next one, January 7th at Briar Creek. The Canes are in Buffalo. Log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com for more details.
Face off here. Eric Stahl on the backhand.
Skinner pitches ahead. Here's a chance. McKenna comes up big. Mike McKenna, his best on Jeff Skinner. A little tussle in back of the goal.
That is so good. And I'll tell you why. The backhand, tougher to read for a goalie, especially when you're moving to your left. Again, same alignment has led to the Skinner goal in the first period. So everything's going to the left, and Jeff got a ton on this. You want to talk about being ready with intensity from the faceoff? This has been an outstanding shift for Skinner in a couple of different ways.
His quickness from a standstill is remarkable. Now comes all the way back. Sekera. One-timer Falk wide. Better Tootin off a body, not out. They stay with it. Here's Skinner. Defended by McKenzie. Loose this way. Falk is on Jack Johnson, who winds it back out to center ice. 12 seconds on the power play. Sekera slashed by Dubinsky. Eric's over the line. Here he comes. He's hit hard. What a hit by Jack Johnson on Eric Stahl. Loose along the boards. Dubinsky by Falcon all the way back.
Boy, good hit there. It looked to be clean. Full body contact. Johnson on Eric Stahl. His head was down just for a second.
Puck cleared on the play by Andrej Sekera. Penalty has concluded. We'll see that hit one more time.
Looks like Eric is okay. Yeah, this looks to be a good hit to me. If there was any contact with the head, and it doesn't look like there is. Let's see, the Phantom Cam will bring it to us.
That's good.
The head is certainly not targeted, and it is not the primary point of contact. That's a good hit.
Columbus now attempts a centering pass. It kicks this way for James Wisniewski. Along the boards, Nick Foligno, Ron Hainsey for the Canes. Off a glass support, Nathan Gerby. Muscled by Wisniewski, comes back, carried by Jordan. Here's a chance, he walks in, they send one in! What a goal! That's hockey, baby! Alex Semin getting a beautiful pass from Jordan Stahl, and the Canes have a one-goal lead.
Unbelievable finish with Semin being a right, not a left shot after the drag play. Look at Gerby come underneath the puck and watch the trailer. Takes the hit, does Gerby to keep it going forward, and then the Columbus player misplays it. He misplays it, actually collides with the official. I think that's what he was upset about. And Jordan Stahl drags it, gets it to Semin. To be able to finish it like Semin did as a right shot, not a left shot, is a thing of beauty.
His 4th goal of the season for Alex Semin. Patrick Dwyer goes to work here, holding on to it away from Mark Letestu. Along the boards now, Yuri Tolusti in back of Mike McKenna. Riley Nash by Tolusti. Nikita Nikitin in control along the boards and back out to center ice. 10:25 left to go in this 3rd period. 3-2 Carolina. Jordan Staal, Nathan Gerbe get the helpers on the goal by Alexander Semin. Letestu for Columbus. Now Holtra coming all the way back, takes a hit, makes a play, and got it out. Radek Dvorak. Drayson Bowman is offside. We get a stoppage.
Well, we're going to see a collision Johansson. Ryan Johansson had with the official that helps this goal along. Yeah, I don't know how much it impacted the play, though. I mean, for Gerbe to do what he did and for Jordan to follow up Gerbe in a straight line fashion, then make that drag move he did. Who knows what that goal can do for Semin's confidence?
Mel Holzer now holding on to it. They need him to heat up and do so in a hurry. Now it goes in deep for Radek Dvorak. Bowman off a stick high off David Savard. Belmore for Dvorak. Given a shove by Nikitin. Radek Dvorak stays with it. Inside for Drayson Bowman. Malhotra's out in front lurking. He's in control. Manny Malhotra on a cycle for Dvorak away from Nikitin. Up top it's Belmore. He'll move it for Bowman. Drayson Bowman stopping and starting beautifully on Savard. Shaking off 2. Drayson Bowman puts on a show. Wide of Mike McKenna. Moving up is Brett Belmore. His shot fumbled a bit but covered by Mike McKenna. 9:18 left to go in the 3rd period. Sasha coming through for the Hurricanes. Alexander Semin giving them a 3-2 lead. The combination on the go-ahead goal. Alex Semin on the left, Jordan Staal on the right. Here it is.
Well, you saw Semin coming up to Jordan in the celebration and saying something to him. I guarantee you what he said was, Jordan, it's a great play, but what an unselfish play not to shoot that puck. To instead look for the open man like Semin did, looking for the open man Skinner on that 5-on-3 goal. What goes around comes around.
And you can see it bounce off the officials there. Jordan Staal made a heady play, collecting his thoughts and feeding a wide open Alex Semin. Now Jack Johnson out to center. Goes past Justin Peters. Icing is called here. 9:11 left to go in this 3rd period. Our next game will be Friday night. A couple of days after Christmas, the Canes and the Pittsburgh Penguins, starting with Hurricanes Live on Fox Sports Carolinas at 6:30.
Well, we start talking about Russian New Year and Semin hits the back of the net. We got to do it more often.
Hulk with a shot denied by Mike McKenna. The back of the goal, Tuomo Ruutu held up. Jack Johnson. Andre Sekera on Cam Atkinson. Skinner a double clutch. It's blocked. It's loose and covered by the Columbus goaltender Mike McKenna. Skinner looking for the hat trick again.
Skinner, after that tough defensive zone shift to start this period, has played the very definition of an on-your-toes 3rd period. And you said it's amazing how quick he is from a standstill. I think he'd tell you it goes to Andy O'Brien. Duchesne, who trains with him. Crosby, who trains with him. And that's what O'Brien does. He improves players' speed. I mean, look at what he's done to Duchesne's speed.
He's off the charts now. Gerbe inside. Wisniewski. 8:42 left in regulation time. Ryan Johansson. In a game that will have a 4-point swing. Nathan Gerbe walks in. McKenna squeezes those pads and hangs on.
Our producer, Jim Malia's favorite player. Everybody has favorites, and his favorite is the guy he calls Nat. He loves him, and he has ignited this whole 3rd period. Remember after the tough start, I thought he nullified that hybrid icing. He's a key part of the go-ahead goal. He drew a penalty. What more can you ask? That's leadership in action.
27 shots for Carolina, 21 taken by Columbus. Off the draw. Shot taken by Volk, deflects high, loose along the boards and back out to center ice. Justin Volk paired on defense. Andre Sekera has it. Through the center zone, he'll wind it past Corey Trop and all the way in. Nikitin is back on it. Out of the corner now, David Savard. Nikitin hard pressed by Patrick Dwyer. Sekera anticipates, brought out of the zone by Boone Jenner. Now Falk calmly along for Sekera. Off a body, went off Mark Letestu. Captured here by Cam Atkinson, and they start again. David Savard. A long pass off the stick of Cam Atkinson. He goes to work. He attempts a centering pass. Gets help from Derek McKenzie. McKenzie holding on to it. Feder Tootin breaking his stick in two. Getting to it is Radek Dvorak. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Dvorak holding. Going wide. He'll circle the wagons. Up top, Ron Hainsey. Here it comes. Stopped by McKenna. Fanned on by Malhotra. And Columbus gets it out.
What a job by Tootin without a stick to time that slide perfectly. Remember earlier in the period, I think Talusti was the guy that opened it up to Dwyer. You want to make sure that you time it and go towards the puck that the pass can't get through.
Jack Skilly off the boards, pawed down by Hainsey. Tootin lays the body on Jeff Skinner. They scrum in front of that penalty box, and now Carolina's on it. Eric Stahl elevates the puck to an open corner. Overskated by Johnson. Batted high by Skinner. Out of midair. Here comes Hall the way back in the Carolina zone. 6:45 left in regulation. Here comes 53. Skinner's shot is blocked. Getting to it is Artem Anisimov. And now a disturbance. A penalty was in the process of being called. Jack Skilly, Jeff Skinner going down. All of this with 6:37 left in this third period.
That was an awful hit by Skilly. I'm wondering if they were teammates in Chicago. It's away from the puck. That's a bad hit. Thankfully, I think Ruutu was able to brace himself at the last second. This is a bad hit. Watch the lower point. Okay, so there's the hit. And now coming right there. Maybe we'll get a closer look. Where's the puck? It's nowhere near those two guys. You see the aftermath, but Ruutu was able to brace himself at the last second. And I like Skilly's game. It's direct. It's based on speed. He has a good shot. There's no room for that hit.
Well, he comes off as disciplined and retaliates at the wrong time, possibly. Now, Mark Letestu all the way back. Carolina back to work on the power play. This is power play number 6. They have 10 shots. They are 2 for 5. Hainsey off the stick of Jordan. Wisniewski knocked down by Gerby. Broken up, cleared out by Derek McKenzie. We approach the 14-minute mark in this third period. Final game before the Christmas holiday for both teams. Ryan Murphy out to center ice. Alex Semin pulls up. Ryan Murphy in control. Passing this way for Semin all the way across. Gerby. It deflects wide. Semin in a battle here. Broken up by Blake Como. And out they go. Blake Como shorthanded. At the line, he'll wind it ahead. Columbus has scored 4 shorthanded goals this season. 2 of those on the road.
And remember, of course, right now that you have a 3-2 lead if you're Carolina. Murphy and Hainsey, 2 defensemen manning the points. The Hurricanes don't typically use a forward.
Skinner away from Tootin. The pass. Ruutu's after it. Tuomo Ruutu out of the corner. Sekera at the point. Turning with it, Tuomo Ruutu. Sekera one more time. Caught by Mike McKenna.
Fortunately, Ruutu is okay. I mean, I will tell you, the hit from Skilly was full-body contact. There was no collision with the head, but I actually think a lot of that was because Skinner was able to, or Ruutu was able to protect himself. I'll have to look and see if they were teammates in Chicago.
They had a bit of a discussion there as we saw off the draw. Tuomo Ruutu and Feder Tootin. It was the hit on Ruutu. On Tootin in the corner, which led to Skilly laying out Ruutu and drawing the penalty. Now, loose out in front for Skinner. Ryan playing to himself, taken down by Jack Johnson. Here's Eric out in front. It pinballs around. Eric to the outside of Feder Tootin. Andre Sekera turning his Eric off a stick and back out. And this is the first of 5 meetings between these two teams. These two clubs will see a lot of each other in the second half. Falk over the line. Ruutu broken up. dumped out by McKenzie.
You and I are in sync. I'm thinking the exact same thing. I mean, it hasn't taken long for the Metro Division to get some charisma and mojo.
No, every team is involved. Everything is up for grabs in the division. Now, in back of the goal, Nikita Nikitin for Nick Foligno. Carolina 2 for 6 in the power play. Tulosti's shot fended off by Mike McKenna. Even terms on the ice where it counts. Carolina by 1. Tulosti cutting away from Letestu. Mark Letestu. Nick Foligno with Ryan Johansson. Here's Johansson. He scores! Ryan Johansson has tied it.
Just not sure, you know, how to say. You have to know where you're at in the game. You fought back on your first lead of the night. If you don't have a high forward, you can't pinch. And why don't you have a high forward? I mean, that's a costly turnover there by Tulosti. Now, it's an excellent job of outnumbering. 2 guys force him to turn the puck over. Gleason and Belmore try to switch, but it's good puck movement. And Ryan Johansson, I talked about his hands in the open and even compared them. I'm not doing so, but talked about the great hands of Mario Lemieux. Well, you get an idea there of just how good his hands are to tie the game.
That's his 15th goal of the season. In tight, top shelf. Deadlocked at 3. Derek McKenzie out of the corner. Punched along, back to the point, Justin Falk. By the driftwood, a little broken stick on the ice, and now Bowman for Carolina. Rifled along the boards by David Savard. It comes all the way back. A good look at Justin Falk in his own zone. He'll wind it out to center ice. Shifting his way through. His shot fought off by McKenna. Hitting to it is Alexander Semin. Mark Letestu now for the Blue Jackets. Away from Jordan Staal. Nikita Nikitin for David Savard, and out they go. Savard hampered on the way out by Semin, so he thinks twice. Nikita Nikitin off of Boone Jenner. In control, Mark Letestu. He'll feather it deep. Corey Trop gets to it. Drops it all the way back. A cut, Anisimov, fought off by Peters. Out of the corner. Jenner turning. Boone Jenner to the point. Wisniewski off a body wide. Skilly taken down. Play will continue as Jordan Staal took down Jack Skilly. Ryan Murray. Fresh legs over the wall. Columbus in the midst of a change. Here they come. Anisimov. Skilly's in. He scores! Jack Skilly finds a way. Short side, I believe. And Columbus has a 1-goal lead.
One of the best jobs of countering from the defense to the forwards with just a reload in the neutral zone that you are ever going to see. Oh, what a job. Dubinsky really makes the play. Across the ice, it stretches. The puck is moved with tremendous pace. And Anisimov, uncanny ability to notice there's no way Hainsey could get over to Skilly. And I mentioned when Skilly had that hit on Route 2, what a good release he has. I didn't like the hit, but I love that shot. But to me, Dubinsky makes the key pass across the ice, right along the boards between the 2 benches to allow that speed to happen.
2 goals and $1.28 for Todd Richards and the Columbus Blue Jackets. 2:30 left in this third period. Here comes Skinner, pirouetting in, broken up by Ryan Murray. Skinner taken out, slow to get up. Shot taken, it deflects wide. Skinner, as we see, tries to get back. Lead a stick there and go to the bench. Columbus now gets to it. They'll punch it out. Jack Skilly is 4th from Artem Anisimov and James Wisniewski at 17:26. Now Eric Staal moves it all the way back in the Columbus zone. We'll keep an eye on Justin Peters. Carolina had a 1-goal lead. Now they trail it by 1. A hand pass is called here. Play comes to a halt.
Fortunately, Skinner is on the bench. You know, for the most part, his body language after taking hits, even if he thinks they were penalties, got much better. Maybe a little bit of an arm there, but I don't see a big issue with that. I don't see an issue with that. I don't actually see that look. I don't see that arm really coming out at all. And that's where the Hurricanes need Jeff Skinner to just continue playing through, especially with the type of electrifying offensive period he's had.
Hainsey now coming back. 1:49 on the clock. Cam Atkinson forechecking him. This is Ryan Murphy. Laying it back for Ron Hainsey. We'll start again. Peters takes a glance at the bench. 1:37 left in regulation time. Ryan Murray chipped along by Blake Como. 90 seconds left here in Raleigh. Hurricanes down by 1. Murphy dogged by Corey Trop. A lead pass for Boone Jenner. Trop with a shot. Stopped by Peters. Jenner has it to the goal mouth and all the way back. Out of the zone, an attempt here by Nathan Gerby, tied up by Mark Letestu. 1:10 left in regulation time. Ryan Murphy in the center zone now. Flung along by Jordan. Stolen. Cleared deep by Mark Letestu. Carolina cannot get Justin Peters out of the goal. From the center zone, Wisniewski right back in Carolina territory. Ryan Murphy from his own zone, pestered. Stolen by Skilly. Now Eric. Peters halfway out. Long gone. 6 skaters out for Kirk Muller. To the corner it goes. Brandon Dubinsky shadowed by Ruutu. Ryan Murray along the boards. Knocked down by Semin. Gained by Dubinsky. All the way back out. 32 seconds left. Here's Andre Sekera. He's guarded by Jack Skilly. Turning with it is Justin Falk, and out they come. This way it's Tuomo Ruutu. Moving it by Wisniewski's punch down. Now Ryan Murray along the boards to the point. Falk for Carolina. His shot blocked by Wisniewski. Skinner. Oh! McKenna. I believe his stick got it.
What a save. What an absolutely
What a stop by
save.
Mike McKenna. And now it comes all the way back in the zone. 3 seconds left. Wisniewski in the corner. That'll do it. Columbus in regulation gets it done.
Boy, a stick with it game from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Carolina side, it's frustrating because they did so much to get their first lead of the night in the third period, and honestly, I thought they shot themselves in the foot to lose it. Watch Skinner here. He gets this to the net quickly.
Wow.
That is an outstanding feed. Outstanding feed. I think it's Semin, and he just gets it with his blocker side. It is. Wow, you called that from way up here, right on the shaft of the stick. I mean, Skinner, like on Semin's goal, Skinner would have been so much more advantageous if he shoots that with a right shot, not a left shot, but he's still got a ton of zip on it. That's just a great save, but I have to compliment the way the Blue Jackets played from start to finish, but I also have to say, frustrating unforced errors after Semin gave Carolina its first lead.
Yeah, you saw Santa Claus cranking us up tonight. It was an outstanding hockey game, lots of highlights, but unfortunately Columbus gets it done. Hurricanes Live, full post-game coverage will come your way. The 3 stars, post-game sound, and the press conference with head coach Kirk Muller. Final count, Columbus Blue Jackets 4, Carolina Hurricanes 3. Hurricanes Live comes your way next.